Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining the call. Today's call is going to be about mindset. So get a notebook and a pen, and we're going to get started in just a few seconds. If you don't already have your notebook and pen, I won't take too much of your time because I know how valuable time is. Time is the most valuable commodity we have on Earth. And it's 2:54 a.m. Mountain Standard Time right now, guys. So make the most of your time, make the most of your life. We're going to go ahead and get into this. A lot of people are, especially during these times, are having trouble with understanding why is there so much resistance caused in their life, right? How do we battle this resistance and come out stronger from it, right? Well, here's how to break it down in your mind so that you can start attracting the things that you want for your life. Right? We weren't taught this stuff in school either, you guys. So it may not make sense to you at first, and that's okay. Rewatch this video a couple of times. I know for myself, when I first was introduced to this information, I had to continually tell myself this stuff and speak it out so that I understood and I impressed it upon my mind so that my body started to react to it as well, because we are energy beings. So whatever you impress on your hand and your mind and your body, you start to emit that energy out into the universe. And what happens is the universe returns that energy back to you, either in a favorable manner or one that may be resistant, depending on the actions that you take. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to talk about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. What I'm going to do for you guys is actually draw the stick figure for you guys too, so you can have a little illustration of what that may look like, okay? And there's 3 questions that I'm going to end the video with, so make sure you watch this into its entirety so that you can get the full benefit of this video, okay? So go ahead and get your notebook, and we're going to draw a circle. And I'll put a line in the middle of that circle. I'm going to show you what the stick figure looks like so you can draw that stick figure, and then we're going to fill in the information. I'm going to share with you its relevancy to what we're talking about. Okay. So you want your stick figure to look like this. Now there is a course to this information that I will be sharing with you guys. So if you guys are interested, feel free to reach out. I am going to put in the description box our Facebook and Instagram. Reach out to us. I can send you the link, and that way you can, start the full course. Because there is a mindset course, and there is a process to building who you are and the image in your mind of who you would like to see yourself in a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now. The person you want to be, the life you truly want to live. And you can make that all happen, you guys. I know for myself, my journey has been so spiritually magical, and I love sharing it with you guys because if I can do it, and I was in a dark place at a time in my life, you guys can do it too, okay? You just have to believe in you and what it is that you truly want to do. And don't let anybody stop you. So, okay, let's get into it. I'm filling in the little things that we shared with you guys. So, guys, the first part of it, the top of it, is going to be your conscious mind. That's your thinking mind. It's the things that I'm doing now, things that you're doing as well. You're listening, you're taking it in your thinking mind, making you think and write at the same time, right? So, conscious mind. It doesn't have to be perfectly written down. Like I said, if you would like to see the actual course, go ahead and shoot me a message, and then we'll send you the link. Okay, and what that means, you're thinking mind. So you're receiving everything that I'm speaking to you, right? How do we impress it so that it becomes a part of your life? That, my friends, happens through your subconscious mind, which is the bottom half right here. That is your mindset, the way you think, your character, your rituals, the part of your personality, and whatever image that you've seen yourself. Like when you guys were younger, you guys had a dream of like you wanted to be something, or even now, you may have found your calling now in some way, and it's trying to find its form and its expression through you, because that's who you are internally. And sometimes we have conflicting beliefs or beliefs from other people that may be stopping us from driving towards that purpose. So where does that come from, right? Because we have a beautiful, perfect imagination and spirit, and people don't know how to operate it. That's where a coach comes in who's studied this and experienced it. So I'm grateful and thankful for, my journey and the people that I've met, because without my mentors and without my coaches, I wouldn't be here right now sharing this with you guys. So now there's a middle part to it. As you can see, it's cut off because right here, when we hit those stages of like puberty and like 12, like around 12, our mind becomes closed off to that imagination that we were once 8 years old. We hear a lot of mentors say, go back to when you were 8 and you were so imaginative. You had so many creative ideas that you just wanted to take over the world, right? That feeling, you guys, like, I want to change the world. Well, guess what? The ones that are crazy enough to believe that actually are world changers. So it's okay to be that way. So God put it on your heart or the universe, whatever you believe in. Okay, I know for me, I'm not posing my belief on you guys, but I believe in God, and we have a magnificent mind that He created, and it's a tool to create on Earth for Earth, so that we can continue to have generations beyond us, and whatever we leave, they're going to reap. So what are we reaping, or what are we sowing for them to reap? Okay, so that comes in through the terror barrier. Because a lot of times, well, this is a science. So before I say a lot of times, because a lot of times comes after the fact that we've been impressed with certain beliefs from our parents growing up. Environment had a lot to do with it. So the way you were raised and the things that you were seeing and experiencing throughout the time before you became an adult and started making rational decisions for yourself, or irrational, depending on a person's situation. So that's called a terror barrier. How do we fight those terror barriers? How do we break through those terror barriers? Not just fight them. How do we break through them? By starting to study you, keeping track of your evolution. Every single day, something new is going to come up. You're going to have a new idea. You're going to have more resistance, right? Or something, whatever it may be. Because anytime there's good, there's going to be a form of bad. And every time there's bad, you can make that into good. Excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of water real quick. And then I'm going to continue talking about the terror barrier. So how do we get past this terror barrier? Good question. To impress it upon the next section that I was going to share with you. And it's actually all written down here, but you see how there's so much writing on here. So I wanted it to be a little more clear for you guys. Over here, impress it on your body through your subconscious mind, because when you write it down, you guys, there's a magic to writing something down, just like there's a magic to everything that you do, right? Like if you think about, let's see here, this pen, for instance, it was an idea because it was more efficient to make these pens to write things down versus having a little jar of ink and a feather and dipping to write. Okay, so what ideas do you have that are going to add to life, right? Because this is a necessity of life now, right? Because without writing it down, how do I impress it upon my mind? I can type it digitally, yes, but first I got to write it down and make it sound. Okay, so how do we get there? There's 3 questions, you guys, and then I'll wrap it up for you guys with. Actually, no, before I go into the questions, I'm going to talk about when people don't do this, they have an idea in their mind, right? And I think Isaiah and Carolyn Leaf and the mentors that we listen to, because we've been studying psychology, and this is part of that, this is actually a huge factor of why people are conflicting into the resistance versus moving forward into their purpose. And it's because they have a thing called cognitive distancing. And what that means is you want to take action on something, like you want to do something so bad in your mind, you see that, you feel that, you whatever, it's on your body, but you're not doing that. So what happens is it takes you further and further away from the thing that you want to do. And then that also causes brain damage. Because in your mind, you think you're taking these actions, right? And you're trying to impress it on your mind, and you're not. Because you're not seeing the results. So then you start going into a thing a lot of people know about called depression. Some people go through that, and some people truly have severe brain damage because they don't understand how this works, because you are operating your mind as a tool. It's exercising. It's like if I was to go to the gym and I didn't know how to work out, which was me once upon a time. And I remember grabbing those bars to do deadlifts, and I put so much weight on that. And I was like, what the heck? I still was able to pick it up, but for like a month, my back was killing me. I mean, it was all stiff and everything. It's crazy. But going back to that, you guys, not knowing, right? How would I know? So I got a coach after that, a personal trainer who shared with me the same thing with my mind. Once I started tapping into this information, I started attracting it and actually started becoming it. It was different too because there's levels to everything. You gotta start somewhere. This is the basic level. So I love when my husband always says, babe, it's always back to the basics. He says this, you guys. This is how we started. This is how we started our journey, writing it down. You know, we came from the lowest lows, you guys. So like for people to say, oh yeah, it's a scam or I can't do for it. I can't. No, you guys, that's your own limited belief. You can do anything. Anything. God made it to where it's like you write it down, you believe it, you have a plan. Okay, I'm going to honor that because he likes order. Okay, so going back into the cognitive distancing. So if I say something, I impress it on my body and I wrote it down and everything, but I don't do it, that's making you sick internally, and you guys don't even know that sometimes. And that comes in forms of resistance, and that starts to add up more and more and more. Like, for example, if I didn't get on this video to share this information with you guys, I wouldn't unlock the next thing that someone else needs, because I know someone out there needs it. That's why I made this video. I know I needed it too, because this helps me get better for you guys on a coaching level. Okay, so I hope you're getting value from this, you guys. I appreciate you guys too for watching it up until now. So what I'll do is I'm gonna wrap the call with 3 questions that I would like you to work on, that I'd like for you to work on. Okay, this is where I started, and I continue to evolve on it every single day. And if you guys need help with goals, we'll help you set your goals as well. But here's the first point of understanding what it is that you would like to visualize for your life. Okay, so number 1. Well, this is the beginning of Mindset 2020, and it has 3 essential questions. So number 1, write down, what has my life been like up to this point? Think about that. Think about your journey, how far you've come. You have a perfect memory. As much as people say, I forgot. But no, if you take a moment to meditate your mind and actually exercise your faculties, you will begin to realize how perfect your imagination is. Because think about a story, and I'll go into the second question after that. Think about like something that happened that was so emotional that you remembered. That's what I was getting at. Think about that. You remember that memory. Why? Because you impressed an emotion. This is that same emotion, right? So the emotion of like, okay, where do I see myself in a house, right? Like in a nice house. Do I see myself driving a nice car? Do I see myself running that organization? Do I see myself becoming a successful trader? For the people who are coming on board as investors and traders, students that are learning how to trade, you guys are awesome. And every single one of you are able to make that your main source of income. So, second, what would I truly love for my life to be like? And look at that into the next question. So if you want to see yourself trading full time and traveling and doing the things that you love to do with your family or whoever it is that you want to be with, write that down. Write down. And if you would like to share it with us, we'll be more than happy to be your performance coaches and your accountability partners to make sure that you are thriving and striving towards that goal, you guys, and achieving it most of all, so that you can set another goal for yourself. I know this week I hit my trading goal. I actually exceeded it, which I was so excited. And I'm like, I told Isaiah, I was like, you know what? I want to up my goal now. Because when you hit a milestone, you guys, you want to continue to challenge yourself. Because if you can keep getting better, then you can keep moving towards the thing that you want the most, right? I know for myself, it's to attain a certain amount of wealth. So in order for me to do that, I have to have my list of priorities, my list of order, right? So I have ordered my rituals, personal development, sharing this with you guys, studying more so that we can share more with you and give you guys as much value as possible so that you can get better every single day as well. Because we're doing what you're doing. And we share what we're doing so that you can do the same for your life. So, number 3, am I open honest, and committed enough to make whatever changes Mindset 2020 requires. What does that require? If you have an issue in your life, you guys, a problem happening in your life, a challenge, an obstacle that you feel like you can't face, or you feel like more shit just keeps coming at you, excuse my language, admit it to yourself. Admit where you are. Be honest with yourself. I know I have a student who I'm going to be reaching out to. One of our new coming students. I'm so excited. I won't put his name out there yet, but he shared where he was at, and he allowed himself to be open, and because he did that, he's going to allow God and the universe to bless him and allow him to take the steps that he needs to take to achieve the thing that he wants to achieve, and that's financial freedom, and that's freedom. That's more time with his loved ones, more time for traveling instead of being at work. Now, I'm not down on jobs. I'm up on opportunity. Because if I can do this, you guys can do this. I know when I made that shift, I allowed myself to say, you know what, I'm going to take control of my schedule. So a lot of people are like, well, how do you do that? Well, start making a schedule for yourself. Let them know these are the days that you're available, because these are the days that you trap me. Okay, so if you need help with that, we'll help you out with that as well. That's what we're here for. So study your evolution, write it down, understand you, love on you guys. Start making affirmations for your life. Start saying yes to your life. Like when you get up in the morning, how do you wake up? You say, I'm grateful, am I thankful, am I ready for today? Prepare yourself for that. Take 5 minutes before you go to sleep to be grateful for life, to be grateful for your mind, to be grateful for your goals, your dreams, whatever it is that you want to do. And when you wake up, because when you do it 2 times a day, you start to attract more things to you twice as fast. So what are you speaking to your life, you guys? Speak life into your life. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on this call. I look forward to sharing more calls with you guys. More information. Subscribe to our channel. Please share this with someone who you think needs this, because I know there's a ton of us out there that need this. I know I needed this. If I needed it, you guys, I know somebody else will need it as well, and it's going to make a tremendous shift in their life, like it has in mine and everybody around me. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much. God bless you, and have a great weekend.